Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to your class of English second paper. Let us start our class of completing sentence. Rule number 8. Completing sentence with as long as in Bengali meaning যতক্ষণ পর্যন্ত. Dear students, let us first focus on some points which will help us to understand what actually as long as means. As long as is referred to expected duration of a plan or idea, most commonly referring to the future. That is, as long as means on condition that is, it expresses that something will happen only as long as or only if the second things happens. Again, the present simple tense is usually used to refer to the future after as long as. That is, after as long as to indicate to the future. Present simple tense is used instead of future tense. Usually, an affirmative clause is used after as long as to complete a sentence. That is, after as long as you have to use a meaningful affirmative sentence. Example, I will help you as long as you want to learn. Let us see the sentence again. It says, I will help you. That in the first clause it says, I will help you. How long? I will help you as long as you want to learn. That is, only if you want to learn. What can we see? Before as long as, we can see the future tense used, I will help you. But after as long as, we can see there is present simple or present indefinite tense, we can say, is used. You want to learn. Let us have some more examples. In exercise, we will find the work like this. I will remember the incident as long as. I will remember the incident on condition that, or we can say only if, or we can say as long as. Now, let us fill up the blank with a suitable, meaningful, affirmative sentence. We can use I live. So what does it mean? I will remember the incident as long as I live. Another one, Allah will be with us so long as our aim is honest. It means again, Allah will be with us as long as, or we can also use instead of as long as, so long as. Our aim is honest. Students, you can see in both the sentences after as long as, it is used present simple tense. So the structure is subject plus verb suitable information plus as long as, or we can use also instead of as long as, so long as, plus subject plus affirmative verb with suitable information related to the first clause, that is the clause before as long as, and of course it will be an affirmative meaningful sentence. Students, you should remember that if the verb used before as long as is in past tense, then there will be past tense also used after as long as, though it is not used generally. Let us have an example. She tried to help as long as she could. She tried to help as long as she could. We can see before as long as there is used past indefinite tense, and so after as long as also we can see the past tense. Hope you have understood. Rule number 9. Completing sentences with as though or as if in Bengali meaning jeno. If there is present simple or present perfect tense before as though or as if, then after as though or as if, it will be past simple tense used. Example: the man talks to me as though or as if he knew me very well. What can we see here? Before as though or as if there is present simple tense, but after as though or as if there is past simple tense. He knew me very well. Another example: he has behaved as if or as though nothing happened. What can we see here? Before as if or as though there is used present perfect tense, has behaved, but after as though or as if it is used past simple tense. So the structure is present indefinite or perfect tense plus as though or as if plus past indefinite tense. So students, if before as though or as if you can see present indefinite tense or present perfect tense, then after as though or as if you have to complete the sentence using past indefinite tense, and of course it should be a meaningful sentence. Again, if there is past simple tense before as though or as if, then after as though or as if it will be past perfect tense used. Example: she talked about the lady as if or as though she had seen her. What can we see? We can see before as if or as though there is used past indefinite tense, she talked, but after as though or as if it is used past perfect tense, had seen. Another sentence: the man shouted as if or as though the ball had hit him. What is here we can see? Before as if or as though, it is used past tense. The man shouted. And after as though or as if, it is used past perfect. Had hit. Students, hit is the past tense of hit. And past perfect, what is the past perfect? Had plus past participle. So hit is also the past participle form of hit, and it is used here, had hit. So the structure is, we can see, past indefinite tense plus as though or as if plus past perfect tense. That is, if there is past indefinite tense before as though or as if, after as though or as if, it will be used past perfect tense. Students, here is a chart indicating the uses of tenses before and after as if or as though, which is very important to remember. Hope this chart will help you to fill up the blanks and complete the sentences with as if or as though. What can you see? Let us review again. If there is present simple before as if or as though, it will be past simple after as if or as though. Again, if before as if or as though there is present perfect tense, after as if or as though, it will be past simple. But if there is past simple before as if or as though, it will be past perfect tense after as if or as though. Students, there is a small note for you. As if or as though have similar meaning. They are used to talk about an imaginary situation or a situation that may not be true but that is likely possible. Example, he looked as if he had not eaten for days. Rule number 10. Completing sentences with provided that, providing that. In Bengali meaning যদি অথবা শর্ত, meaning on condition that is if or only if. Students, the terms provided that, providing that are used to mean on condition that, and they have the same meaning. If we say that something will happen provided that, or providing that something happens, we mean that the first thing will happen only if the second thing also happens. Example, we will have a picnic on next Friday provided that the weather is fine. Students, we can follow the sentence again. What it says, we will have a picnic on next Friday provided that means if or only if the weather is fine. So we can say provided that and providing that have the same meaning. Both can be used to mean if, in Bengali jodi, and they are used to express condition and result situation in another way. The clause including provided that, providing that, or provided expresses condition, or we can say in Bengali shorto, and the other clause expresses the result. Here in the sentence we can see we will have a picnic on next Friday. That is, provided that or if the weather is fine, we will have a picnic on next Friday. Another example we can see, you can be successful provided that you work hard. That is, or we can say, you can be successful if you work hard. Provided that in the first sentence used, instead of provided that, we can use if also. But remember that what there will be given in your exercise, you have to use that word or phrase. If there is provided that, providing that, to complete the sentence, a suitable clause is used according to the meaning of the first clause after provided that or providing that. You can't use your own theory or thinking without matching with the first clause. Usually, present indefinite tense is used after provided that, providing that, and the sentence must be a meaningful sentence. Example, you will get a good job provided that you have a good result. Structure, future indefinite tense plus provided that, providing that, plus present indefinite tense. So we can see here also, before provided that, providing that, there is usually future indefinite tense used, and after provided that and providing that, present indefinite tense is used. But if before provided that, providing that, there is past tense, then after provided that, providing that, there will be past tense used. Example, you could get a good job provided that you had a good result. Students, here is a little information for you regarding provided that or providing that. The clause including provided that or providing that expresses condition or sharto, and the other clause expresses result or falafal. The clause including provided that, providing that, or the dependent clause or the subordinate clause can be used before or after the independent clause. Independent clause means the main clause or the principal clause. Example, we will go to play provided that there is no rain. Or we can write, provided that there is no rain, we will go to play. The first sentence, what can we see there? We can see the principal clause or the main clause is written first, and after the main clause there is written the subordinate or the clause including provided that or providing that. Provided that there is no rain. So what it is? We will go to play provided that there is no rain. Again, in the second sentence, what can we see? the dependent clause or the subordinate clause or the clause including provided that or providing that is used or written first, provided that there is no rain, and after the dependent clause or the clause including provided that is used first, and after that the main clause is used, we will go to play. So what can we understand? We can understand that in both way we can write a sentence, but students, remember that you have to present in your script the way or the pattern in which it is given in your question paper. Hope you have understood. Here is a work for your home practice. Number 1, I will take an umbrella providing that. Don't forget to visit the museum provided that. He could solve the problem provided. We have to follow the rules and regulations of the institution as long as. The car will keep running as long as. I would like to help you as long as. She spoke to me as if. The sky looks as though. The woman cried as if. He told the story as if. Dear students, you have to fill up the blanks with suitable, meaningful sentences. Thank you, dear students. Stay safe and be blessed.